Hi, Pat.falvey here, and I'm here at the Mountain Lodge. And today what we're going to do is we're going to go through the gear you require trekking in the likes of Everest Base Camp or the Annapurnas or in Nepal. So here we go, we'll go from the start, and I want to explain what you're going to need. And the best thing that you can use in relation to packing is a duffel bag. And here we can see a 100-litre duffel bag, usually water resistant, so that if it's a case it rains, it'll keep the gear inside dry. We'll be packing everything into that later. Also, I recommend that we'd have a good straight-lined rucksack, usually about 35 litre, and that's the best for packing everything into it. And this you'll be able to use, you know, whether you're here at home or indeed on trek. Lots of people ask me, what do we wear? So here we are in Nepal, and temperatures can range from 30 plus in Kathmandu to minus 10-15 degrees on Kalapatar, and everything in between. We'll be staying in tea houses, so keep that in mind in relation to the Everest Base Camp trek or the Annapurna treks. Well, the first thing that I want to do, and I just want to put it away, I usually use a nylon polyester trekking pants, especially when I'm trekking, whether it's in Kathmandu or the start of the trek. I just want to put this away, and I'm going to put this on later, and you can see what I wear initially. So here we are. That usually I will wear from the start. Also, let's talk about socks. So we'll start from the bottom, and here we have socks. I usually wear a Smart Wool range of socks because I find it is the best, and you know, they're also bacterial free, which means that I can wear them for a long time without getting hung up about the smell. I usually use 2 easy trekking pairs and a third lighter trekking pair for down lower, but always for the summit or for base camp or Kalapatar, or if there's any of the high passes, I usually have one very good pair of thick Smart Wool socks. So here we are, we just put these here for the time being, and I'm going to show you how to pack them away. So I'm just going to use one pair and put it aside because that's the pair I will start in. So if we come up, as I said, I have my trekking pants down there, but I do bring 2 spare trekking pantses. And here you could see one of them, which is the same as my last one, and this will be packed away in my bag. And it is nylon polyester, and these are very highly water resistant. Not waterproof, but they dry very fast, and that's the reason why I would recommend this type of material. The next thing, as we go high, what I use a nylon type material. It's stretchable, it has elastine in it, you can see it stretches, and this is usually for the higher mountains, and again I will pack that away. As we climb up through the trekking period and I go to you know, tea houses and things like that, usually for night I use a pair of long johns, and these, by the way, are very warm. These are very good with a smart layer or Smart Wool top or something warm when we get higher. Again, this I do not pack in my day bag, I pack it away. So that here is the bottom, so therefore all of this I think we'll be able to pack away, and I'm going to show you in a minute because I like packing these into stuff sacks. And just let me show you in relation to stuffing them away. I'm not really too concerned about, you know, not having them ironed. So if you look, because I won't be using these all the time, I pack them away like this, and I'll just shove this in. These are kind of summit ones, so I just pack it in, and as you can see, just stuff them in, and they can pack down very, very well. So this is my trekking pants, and I pack down, and you can see it all packs away very neatly. My socks that I'm wearing, you know, in along on the trek and also for the summit, here is packed away, and again packed away and packed away. Now you will see later how beneficial this is when you're packing, because you won't be going in and out of these every day. So here we can see, get all the air out, pack them down as tight as possible. You know, unless that you want to have very ironed material. So this is it. Also actually will act, as you see later, as a pillow. So the next thing is we come from the bottoms here and we'll come to the top. Usually what I will do is I will put 2 pair of either cotton or polyester with nylon tops on, short sleeve. And this is what I would be wearing going in. And I'd also, because the day can get fairly cold, in my day bag, I'd also wear a pair of thermals, or put on a pair of thermals that I can take on and take off. One of the most important aspects about trekking is the layering system. Now with that, you know, I also wear, I love my gilets. So I have a number of gilets that I do use. If it's a case that I'm walking along and it's warm, I wear this one. The other thing I do is I have a gilet like this, and you will see later how these will pack down. They pack down very, very small. But I usually put that in my day bag, and I put this down here again and show you what I'm putting in my day bag later. This is for trekking during the day when you're on the move. I also put a fleece. Now I like hoodie fleeces, and I will put that away here. So I am now going to move on. So that's what I'm trekking on during the day. So now I'm going to put away my gear for later on the trek. And usually what I do is I bring a number of different thicknesses of merino wool, because merino wool is about the warmest. So you can see here, this is a light 125 gram material. And then I bring a medium layer, about 200. And again, like I will take these on and off, but like I'm keeping those for higher up. And then I have a thicker pair of 250 with a zip on it. So all of these, again, I don't need straight away, but I'm going to pack them away. So here we are, we just put these to the side a while. And I also bring another power stretch fleece that has a hoodie on it, and as well as that, a balaclava. So this is for going higher on the trek, and as it gets colder, so you can now see like I'm starting to layer from what would be about 20 degrees Celsius up to, at a later stage, what you will find very, very cold. So these are all put away. Now we look at the headgear, because most of the heat that you will lose is through your hands, through your feet, and through your head. So you can see we're very well equipped with good socks. We're now equipped with good gear here. We now talk about the head, and then I'll talk about the hands. Usually for me, on the lower regions, I wear a neck gaiter. These are very, very good. And one of the things you must remember on trek is the fact to ensure that you don't get sunburn. So this operates on a number of ways. You could see here, like, you know, if it's down lower, I could just use it, you know, and this will actually sunscreen me completely. Even if it gets very hot, I can actually put it around my mouth. So this is for lower down, and these ones I will usually carry in my rucksack. For up higher, I then actually turn to woolly hats. So there's a woolly hat. I bring a number of spares, and if it's very, very cold, I usually wear a balaclava. Now I usually throw 1 or 2 balaclavas in. This is a very light one, as you can see, very light material. And for me, it's all about layering. So that's that. So we put that there. I have a thicker balaclava in case it gets very, very cold. And sometimes I just put in a couple of spare, very, very light, as you can see, like little beanies, because believe it or not, the problem with me is I'm bald. So therefore, I use like lighter material like this, you know, from time to time. So now here we have this packed away. So I just want to show you about, you know, doing this here. So what we will do with these again, and again I use these as pillows. I just want to show you, I just stuffed them in. I know where they are because this is for my tops and for, you know, the colder weather as it goes up higher. Now that's all gone in there. And if it's a case you do it this way, you spend very little time. Now we can get different stuff sacks which have zips, but these are very, very good because, as you can see, very, very fast. I have everything now packed away, And again, I will just squeeze down here. And here we go, just tie it up. And here we are. This is the second pack. Now I like my things color based, and then I can mark them afterwards what they are, so I can put them in and out of my rucksack. While on trek, you know, it can rain, it can be sunny, but always in my day bag, that 35 litre I speak about, I use a Gore-Tex or a similar type of jacket. Now for me, I like you know, a jacket that has pockets on it so that I can put my pockets in, and that has lots of space for putting, you know, my phones and stuff like that into the bag. So I just want to put this back here now, and I'm going to show you about packing it later. So that's that. Also, we need a rain pants, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. They get a rain pants that they can't put on over their boots. So please, if it's a case you're buying a rain pants, make sure it has a zip that goes all the way down, that you can actually get into and out of easy. Like if you look, you know, if I was to get into this, I can be into it in seconds to get in and out of my waterproof. So if you see here, this is just an example, I can just put it through, and you can see my legs are out immediately, and then put it on and just zip it down. So here we are. So we're not going to need this from the start, so we will just put this away. And again, I put this, and I carry it every day in my day bag. So now we come to the fact of gloves, because this is another place that we're going to lose lots of heat. If it's very, very cold, we try to keep our fingers together. And what I do for this, I usually have a very light pair of gloves, which, as you see here, are very light, and I keep this in my rucksack all of the time. Then for higher up the mountains, it's always good to have a spare set. So I'm going to put this spare set here. This is a fleece pair. I then have a pair of ski gloves, and if you look, if it's cold or if it's windy, make sure that they have, you know, that they're foolproof, that we can get an elasticated band like this, that when we take them off, that they're, you know, still on our hands, so therefore if it comes off, it's like this. And then as we get higher, in the event of it getting very, very cold, what I usually have is a pair of mitts. And again, the mitts to me are very, very important because my fingers over the years, having gotten frostnip, get fairly cold. So conditions can go down to about -15, you know, on some of the summit nights that you're on Calapatar or base camp, about -7. But you can see now all my fingers are together. Absolutely fantastic. These, by the way, will also work out in the event of you climbing a trekking peak. So I'll just put these here. And again, I will put these over here, and these will be packed into my day bag. Now let's look around. The next thing, so we have the gloves, and I'm going to look for, like I'm a firm believer in stuff sacks. So you can see here, like, you know, I'm just going to put these gloves away in here, and again I'll use a different color, and I'll mark it up so I know where things are going. So these are my gloves. So I'm just going 1, 2, 3. Now I leave this open a while in case I want to put anything else in there. So that's another bag that we have. We'll be staying in tea houses. So I usually carry a down sleeping bag, and a synthetic sleeping bag is okay too. But if you watch this and watch our other videos about packing sleeping bags, because I can pack usually in 2 minutes, but you can see how much this goes down. And these are ready for packing. So a good stuff sack with compression straps are absolutely amazing. This bag is comfort rating -10, -12. I like comfort myself. Sometimes I use these with a liner, but now you can see this is ready. So now I have my sleeping, I have my bottoms, I have my tops, I have my gloves, I have my hats. All of these now are ready to pack away. So this should keep us warm in the tea houses. Now in the tea houses, once we move into the tea houses, we would take off our boots, but let me show you what boots I wear. Usually for trek, and I know these are dirty because I'm just in off the hill at the moment. I was just out climbing Carn Tool. I like a leather pair of boots. And the main reason is, you know, that they're very, very comfortable. They have high ankle. So if you take it that you're trekking in a pair of runners, the problem with the runners is that if these are in your feet, this is the way your feet goes all day, and you have 160 bones in your, like on your foot. So lots of people will suffer badly from this. So if you have a good pair of leather boots, it's good in the sense like that they're good for the water. They're also good for ankle support. Now you can buy different types of boots. I prefer leather because of the fact I can use them here in Ireland. I can use them abroad. They're, for me, they're more comfortable. So that's the type of trekking boot that I would use. High ankle, you know, and fairly sturdy. You could see like you're not making much movement than that. So the trekking boots. But when we arrive at the tea house, it's important to take those boots off because you're going to be in those boots for 4 to 6 hours a day, and even indeed sometimes longer. So when you get there, and I'm just going to put them aside, just have a pair of runners so that when you get to the tea house you can relax comfortably. So we're just going to put these up there. Now, what have we next? So therefore we are now packed, we're trekking away, we're ready to go to our tea house, and as we're going, we need, one of the most important things is that we need is to rehydrate. Every day we need to take 3 to 4 litres of water. I have a whole video series done on altitude sickness, so if you're concerned about altitude, please take a look at those, or indeed ring me or my office and we will go through that with you. If you want to, the phone number is below, so just give us a ring. We're too happy to let you know all about this, and too happy to send off to you the information about altitude sickness, because that will be your greatest concern. So every day before we go, and this is, we actually fill up with water. Here we have a platypus. Usually that's actually put in the day bag, which I will put over here, and I will actually show you later when I'm packing it how to pack it. So a platypus, 1 to 2 litres, absolutely perfect. We don't want to weigh you down. You can buy bottled water along the way. We recommend, you know, not to if it's a case you can avoid it, because of the fact we're trying to save, as you can see, the plastic issue at the moment all around the world is massive, and they don't, you know, have a good system for getting rid of it. Also, I'll always bring an allergen bottle, mainly because of the fact that if it gets cold, the platypus will freeze up, especially on kind of summit nights or when you're going to base camp or Kalapatar, and fill this up, and we can put this in the side of the rucksack. So this is a 1 litre allergen bottle. If it's a case I'm climbing higher, I will bring 2, but always again, I will put that into my day bag. For at night, I'm just going to go through another piece of allergen equipment. Now for me as a male, now I've done, you know, I've been 60 times on treks to Nepal, probably 200 treks all around the world. So when I'm in at night, I don't really get out of my sleeping bag, and I use a pee bottle. Now if you look, I have actually distinguished my pee bottle from my water bottle by putting a marking on it so I don't make that mistake. But this one does not have to go in my day bag. I usually would put that in with the equipment that we have for the tea houses at night, or indeed a tent, so I will stuff that in there. Also, like as you can see, I would, like, this is equipment that I will be using. So I usually put, you know, my shoes as well into a stuff sack that I know that I can get when I get to the tea house. And because I have these all marked, it's very easy when I take them out of the duffel bag to distinguish what they are, so there's no real messing. So all of this is in the stuff sack. Now, a lot of people ask me about medication and sickness and what happens en route. I simply said the best thing to do is to drink 3 or 4 litres of water. That will help a lot with your altitude, right? But then if someone gets sick, so what are the main medications that you would bring? Well, the first thing I would do is, as you can see here, we have a range of medications that we bring. Now the main ones that I'd suggest, right, is if you bring Diamox, you know, I don't take Diamox, but I always have it with me because this is not alone a trekking expedition, but it's also your holiday. So our expertise staff will let you know, like, in relation to that. But if you want to take Diamox beforehand as a prophylactic, you can actually take it. It doesn't actually mask anything. But the things that I would have in my arsenal of small equipment, which I usually put in a first aid kit like this, but I'll just show you for now. It's Imodium, also a painkiller, also Motilium in the event of you getting nausea or vomiting. And I also have Sturgeon. It's like a seasick tablet, but you know, it works very well. Like it avoids you getting travel sickness. Now on top of that, I usually would carry 1 or 2 sets of general antibiotic, you know, one for the stomach and one a general antibiotic. And I'd also carry, you know, well, I have dexamethasone, but most people wouldn't carry that. I put that there. Because of the fact I pulled 2 of my discs, I usually have 1 or 2 painkillers in the event of my back going, and I pack that there. So that generally is the general medicine, and I usually would pack all of that general stuff into a bag like this. As you can see, it's very well catered for. So it's all of those that are in here, bandages and things like that. And this again, I like keeping things tidy. I like to know where things are. I would put this into my big bag, my duffel bag. So I'll just throw these down here. So now we're nearly packed up. This one with the Diamox, and indeed with just bring second skin in case you get blisters. I would put that in there, and I'll put that into my day bag. So from that point of view, we're now actually doing very well. Now the last few items, you know, with hygiene, like your soap, your towels and things like that, I would also pack into a stuff sack. Like, I'm a firm believer in stuff sacks. I really love them, you know, or I would put them into a bag like this. Actually, we'll try this bag this time. It looks nice, you know, like it's a little duffel bag. So let's take it. You know, I like to keep my towel separate. I usually will put that into the upper end of my duffel bag. But when we're in the tea houses, the lights in the tea houses aren't great. So I do like to bring a torch like this, you know, an LED, because that actually shows fierce light. I just hang it up. Or I have one like this that will stick onto a piece of metal. And this is great for reading at night, or indeed at the tea houses if the light isn't great. So I just want to put that away there, and I'll shove these in here like this. Always very important then is, if you're trekking, is to have a head torch. You know, any type of head torch will do that has a good lume in it. As you can see, this is, you know, this is a black diamond, but a Petzl or any of the other ones. And I usually keep these all in a place like this. Because of the fact that we'll be using some batteries, it's hard to get them out there. And, you know, so just bring some spare batteries, 2 or 3 sets. Again, I'm going to put these away in here. One of the things that's my favorite thing to carry, because of the fact we're staying in tea houses. Now, the tea houses are very good, but the walls are paper tin. Pair of earplugs in the event, because, you know, I wake very, very easily. Oh, there. A bit of duct tape, never any harm to have as part of your kit. I usually bring a couple of tie wraps, because of the fact that, you know, like if anything happens, it's always a good thing to have. I bring my Leatherman as well, so I put that in there. These are also, it's very good to bring, like I bring some Barocca and some other equipment, like for like Deorolite and stuff like that, in case I dehydrate in any way. And again, I put these ones in here. I always bring my Irish flag. So I'll keep that there. Then as you're going, as I said, you can actually buy the water along the way. It can actually range from $1 to $3. If you don't want to spend that money, please do bring chlorine tablets. One of the things which you can use with an allergen bottle at night, of which I have here, is they will boil water for you in the tea houses. You could fill this, put a sock around it, make sure it's closed, and put it in your sleep bag, and it operates as a hot water bottle. So that's that. Now, lots of people ask questions in relation to service, phone service. All along the Khumbu and most of the trekking areas now in Nepal have phone service. By the way, this is also a very, very good camera that you can use. I also pack a camera. Like, you're in one of the most majestic places on planet Earth. I usually leave that in my day bag. So just bring a good camera. I like this type of one because, you know, it can go like front, back. It can zoom in and out. And it takes absolutely some great pictures. A lot of the smaller cameras now are absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to bring spare batteries in relation to your phone or anything that you want to charge, like if you want a phone charger. There is electricity on most of the tea houses. Well, you could say all of the tea houses, but they do charge for you to charge your electrical points. I usually bring a World International plug with some of the chargers or the wires to charge your thing. Like, I use it for my iPhone and I use it for my camera. I will just put this in here like that, stuff it away, and then I will zip it up. So now you can see everything is packing down very good. Now, any type of stuff sacks will do you, right? You can get it at any retailers if you wish. This one will go into my day bag. And then for my day bag, one of the most important things to have is a good sun cream. Factor 50. I have seen people being taken down, lose their treks, simply because of the fact that they haven't put sun cream on. Very, very important. As a team member, it's very, very important also hygiene. You are only as healthy as the team member you are with. So please, you know, please look after yourself from a hygienic point of view, because we don't want you to be taken down with any type of an illness. So please bring hand sanitizers that you can have. And again, I would put that in my day bag. I would put that in my day bag. One of the important things as well to bring is a good pair of glasses. I usually use category 4. Category 3 or category 4 will do. If you're on the snow and ice, definitely bring a category 4. So that's it, against UV and things like that. Now, I always have a spare set of those as well. So now, believe it or not, that's everything. Outside the fact that I just spotted them there, don't forget to bring spare underwear. Believe it or not, on one of the occasions I was on an expedition and we were going to the South Pole, I was to have 2 sets of underwear and I only brought 1. And I remember Jerry Ryan at the time asking me, he said, "How did you get on?" And I said I was like a pig in shit. He said, "What do you mean pig in shit?" I said, "I had only 1 underpants for the whole 60-day expedition." And he said, "What did you do with it?" I said, "I turned it out inside out." Well, anyway, I never again, you know, had to use that excuse, and I never again forgot to bring underwear. So, you know, I usually bring 3 pair. Some people will bring more, but basically be hygienic. So that's it from a point of view. I just want to look around to see, is there anything else? There's not anything else I need to bring. Oh, there's one thing that I always bring, right? And for me, it's very important because it takes 64 ton of pressure off your knee in a day. We do have some videos on how to carry it properly. Like, if you look at it, this is like a crutch, and I'm a 100-kilo man. So when I come down, I'm up already. So do bring a set of good ski poles because they're invaluable. And if you're with some of our guides, we will actually show you how to use them. So there's one. And here is the second one. I like to fold them down in 3 pieces. So that's that. Now, so let's pack. And every morning, you know, you can pack very fast. I can pack in about 2 minutes to 3 minutes when I'm in the tea houses, because usually all I have to do really is to pack up my sleeping bag. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, in all the tea houses there is mattresses. If it's a case you want more comfort, of course, do bring a thermarest. You know, you won't need it, but like sometimes you do. Like this is a standard thermarest, that's a blow up. But in all the tea houses we do have mattresses. So let's see how fast we can pack now. So here we are. This is a standard bag, but you can see now, usually like I'm packed very fast. I can pack in like this, I can do like that. Now when you do things fast, for me being on an expeditioner, it's very, very important that every element that we do fast, right? So here we are, that's all of this. My main medical kit is there. I will pack my ski poles in here. I'm only doing this here because of the fact if this is my traveling pack, I would do that. I just leave this loose usually. So in goes my towel and my sanitary equipment. And so that's that with everything that's packed. Usually this will weigh about 15 kilos, which is an ideal weight, you know, to carry on the plane or anything like that. Now, what I usually will do when I'm trekking and flying, I usually will put all of the stuff, 2 days equipment, into my day bag. And if anyone is trekking anywhere in the world, because when you're going into a third world country, it's very possible that, you know, the airplane will actually get stuff lost or something like that. But what we do want you to ensure is that you bring enough equipment for 2 days. So here we go. We put that there. Now you can put a bit of extra equipment on. So that's that. This is my rain gear, my jacket. So, my God, tonight. So here we go. If we put that there like this, this is my rucksack. So what I will do is, like if you take it, that I'm just going to shove this out of the way for a sec. So I put this down here. I will put my camera up here. I'll just distribute this around the place. If it's a case I can fit when I'm traveling more stuff in here, I will do. But like this is what I'm usually using for my standard trek. I will have my Gore-Tex jacket. And as you see, like I just stuff things in. I will put in my platypus full of water, and there's usually a hole for this to come out. So that's in there. I will put in my Nalogen bottle. Usually I would put that in here on the side pocket, and I would tie it up like this so that I can get at it fairly handy. And I just pull it, and that keeps that in there. I will put my fleece jacket. Now, if it's a case, I will usually wear the likes of a t-shirt or a light, very light smart wool top. So I will have this on. I will have my socks on. I will put my first aid kit, which is here, you know, on my top pocket in case I need any painkillers or if there's any, you know, sense of emergency that I can use. I will have my trekking pants on again, so that's usually what I would wear there. I would take my rain pants and I will pack this away here, like this. There was one piece of equipment that I must actually go back on. My hat I'd either wear or put in here. I would use my gilet just to have it here. My sunglasses, my sun cream and sanitizer I will always keep with me. For just to know where I'm going, I would put a map. You know, I love maps. You know, the one thing that's always good to do is to stop and see where you are. I would put that in there. Now, I would usually use either this this type of gilet or a fleece, depending. You know, other than that, I would put this fleece in here. And as you can see, everything is packing away quite nicely. Outside the stuff that I'm going to dress in. So I would usually, even if I'm on the plane going on trek, I would put on my boots, which is here, and the stuff that I need, which is here. And, oops, nearly slipped. So that's that. So that's everything. On top of that, what's very important to bring is, you know, a rain top. So here's the rain top. Just put it in. I just usually shove this in here for the time being. And I would be wearing, I wear this most of the time in any of the countries where there's a lot of sun, so that it protects both my neck and my side, my ears and my head with my standard peak cap. And that would be it. And also not to forget, you know, I would usually carry that around me, but this is my camera. I don't need that there. So let's see. So this is that closed down now. Yeah. Now, one of the most crucial pieces of equipment that you do require, which I haven't spoke about, I just had left it up here, is a down jacket. Now, I love my down jackets. This type of one, I usually have it to go over my Gore-Tex, you know, if it's a case it's very cold. So this is a down jacket. Now, I usually leave that in the main bag so that when I get to the tea house, I can change into my different garments and put on my down jacket. And oh my God, it's absolutely fantastic. I use it as a pillow as well as everything else. So I usually just leave this loose on top of the big bag. So if you look at it, here's the big bag. You can see it. And remember, the porters will carry this. I usually just stuff that in like that. It's the last piece of equipment in that I can, when I get in, if it's very cold, I can just get into. So let's see. Now, I'm packed. Now I can use this, you know, when I'm going to the airport and things like that, as a rucksack if I wish to, like by tying it in. I'm just going to tie it up at the moment because we're using it. There we go. Oh, I love all of these straps. I love straps that actually just pull, tighten everything in and tighten everything down. Like if you look at it here, we just go like this, just pull like that, pull like this, pull like that. And you can see now how everything closes down. Absolutely fantastic. So that's for my flight. That's everything done. Like if you look at it, approximately 13 kilos. I'll just actually shove that in there. That's my rucksack. So when I'm geared up, you will see now that I can just put on my rucksack like this. Now, one of the most important things is keep the weight off of your shoulders. So I'm just going to go like that here. I'm going to take a deep breath into, no, I'm not. I'm just going to tie it tight like that. Now, if you look here, you can see there's no weight on my shoulders. And this is a very important thing to remember, because other than that, you're being pulled back like this every day. Like, so a good rucksack is very important. I put this across, tie the strap in so it doesn't fall off my shoulders. So I'm ready. So it's off to Nepal. You know, usually what I can do is just catch that like that and see you in Nepal, and look forward to the trek. Remember all the tips. We will have more tips about what gear to wear, how to walk. We will be packing for Island Peak, so anything like snow and ice mountain. We have lots of different videos, so keep in contact. patfalvey.com, Irish and Worldwide Adventures. You see the phone number below, +353 6466 44181, www.patfalvey.com or info@patfalvey. See you, happy hunting.